Folks at home, today's the day that we get. You guys see this? Look at, you guys think this is a good looking grill? Well, guess what? We're about to rewind the time about 20 years. It's happening today, folks. It's happening today.
This doesn't taste good.
That's like way different than I remember the first time I got braces. Yeah, I had them when I was a kid. I got to do the bottom row in a couple weeks, but this is, it's there. I hate, this is like one of my biggest things in my body I absolutely despise. It's just out of the row teeth right here. It drives me nuts. So I had my wisdom teeth removed like probably a month ago or so, maybe 2 months ago. Then I said, you know what? Let's go get braces. They are definitely there. Oh yeah, they're there. It is 10:57, almost 11 a.m. I'm actually finishing the edit that you guys are currently watching on the same day that went up a few hours later. That's how tight on time I am. My God, this feels so weird. But as I'm doing this, I just got an alarm on my phone. I have to do this. Look, I told you guys I was trying to get some more. Oh my God, this feels so weird. Trying to get some more inventory. Wow, this is gonna take a minute to get used to again. And with that being said, this unit was one of the ones I was actually looking at. There's some things I like in it. I have no idea what this is right here or who that is, but I see these. These could either be photo albums or they could be cards. I think they're like photo albums more likely, the way they're kind of looking, but that's not a big deal. Look at the boxes. This one says cards right here, and this one back here said cards, I believe. There was two that said cards. There's some random stuff like this. I mean, I think this thing, I forget what this is called, but it goes for like 20 bucks. Nothing crazy, but I did see this. So this gives me somewhat of an indication that they do like sports, possibly. I mean, who keeps a plastic cup like that if you don't? Yeah, see, these look like probably photo albums, more or less. But then there's something back here, I don't know. The unit kind of feels good. It's going for $37.10, 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. I don't know, I think it's gonna go over 4 Gs. The thing is, if you're willing to spend $3,700, if I'm willing to risk $3,700 on something, I'm more than likely willing to risk $4,100, $4,200. To be honest with you guys, a lot of the times when you're finding units that could be really good, $200 to $400 to $500 could actually be negligible, or it could be detrimental. All right, so their max bid was $4,500. Oh man, am I gonna say I'm super excited yet? Now it's at $4,610. They like this unit, whoever this is that's bidding on it, they like it. $4,690, okay. So they're trying to get it, so they just bumped me out, all right. I think this is a good unit, but there's for sure two people other than myself bidding right now, because now it's at $4,780. Just popped on Instagram just for a second, and my guys on one of my businesses, Wax, they just hit a 101 Ellie did a cruise out of Topps Finest. That is a very, very nice card, my God. This person kind of slowed down a little bit. Looks like we might, this is telling. If it gets down to like, they're probably staring at it, dealing over it just like we just did a second ago. Trying to figure out, God bless, do I want to put any more chance into it? Oh, they outbid me, oh God. You know, I said it could be baseball cards, could be football cards, could be God knows what kind of cards. I see business cards right here as well on this one. I see mixed plates on here. This still does not look like sports card binders. You know what I mean? Does not look like it. Not saying there's not a lot of money in this unit, which there probably is. What other kind of cards would be in here? This is why this stuff is so addicting. I was iffy on the first unit, and guess how it panned out. All right, I'm gonna close this thing out. No, we're gonna use this. We're gonna use this. We're gonna use this. Walking away. Now it's at $55.10. All right, we're done. So I feel okay with my choice. I ended up not getting that unit. It went for $55.10. So right when I had closed out my computer, just closed it and walked away. That's actually oddly enough what it sold for. I don't know. I was getting a little bit of good vibes and bad vibes on it. There wasn't like some clear indication that those were all sports cards. And if they were more than likely going to be like 90s junk wax, and then I would have been really pissed because it's super heavy. Or it could have been Hallmark cards. I don't know. Doesn't matter because we'll never know now, right? Doesn't matter. Go ahead and take a walk out this bathroom right here though. I wanted to come out here real quick and kind of show you guys what we have going on. I had this put in. This is one of the things that I wanted to make sure I had this in my last house. This little border that goes around the flower beds. It looks really, really good. And they have been putting all these plants up. But here in a second, I guess I'm gonna actually walk with the guy to make sure this is exactly where I want, like the trees and so on and so forth. But that border is gonna continue all the way through here. You can kind of see there's concrete. Yeah, you can see that's where he's putting it on top of. Look at all these plants. So yeah, that's looking really good. This should be our final trip over here for a while. I did actually sell a couple things on eBay this morning, which we haven't been running anything on eBay, it's just so random, but some of the Desert Storm thing, and then Actually, it might be my very last sealed. It's my very last sealed Topps box. This is, I think, 1985. Yeah, 1985 Topps sealed wax box. I think this thing sells for like either 400 or 600. I don't know, it's a big difference, but I don't remember. Oh, there's another one there? Okay, well, never mind. I thought it was my last one. My second to last one, just sold. And as we go through this, I'm gonna show you guys through day-to-day basis of like the back end of this. Now, every video is not gonna show like the selling portion of it, but it'll be a piece of it so you guys can keep tabs with me throughout the year and how much money we're either making and or losing. It's not gonna be unit to unit basis, it's gonna be like more of a 30,000 foot overhead view of what is going on. Oh man, moving is fun. I'm not gonna say it's a little warmer up here. This thing used to be stacked full of tons and tons and tons of boxes, tons of different sizes of boxes. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's one of the things about doing like eBay or reselling in general. You have to have like a minimum 50 different sizes of boxes. Like, I know that sounds kind of goofy to say. I do use a lot of these though. One shipping eBay, you can use a lot of these, which are free, which is great. But I gotta find a way to get them down. There's my boy right there. I'm about to give this thing to Geronimo. Would you call this being lazy? This is called being smart, right? Kind of feel like the last few days I've done nothing but unload this 26-foot enclosed trailer, but we pretty much have everything completed when it comes to the storage aspect of this. The only thing we don't have is the shipping table done. I have to go get the wheels tonight for this. I ordered a very, very tall booth this time. Last time the booth was kind of awkward. You had to get into it to take the photos for all the stuff that goes on eBay and the website. Now I've got one that's like, I don't know, it's gonna be here tonight. Pretty dang tall. So the bins will not be used more than likely for eBay items unless they're smaller. Okay, I have a pretty good system, which I'm going to show you guys how I set this thing up over time, but we'll have like shelf 1 through however many, I think it's like 16. They'll all be numbered, then each item will then have a number attached to it. So it'll be like shelf 1, T12 or something like that. It'll be numbered just like that. We're gonna start ripping through this here in a second. You know what we should probably go through first is the first little tiny unit that we actually did, which is right here. I mean, look at the size difference. Here's that first bad unit where I lost probably 1,500 to 2,000 bucks, which I actually need to update the board here in a second so we can actually get that thing going. That's the first unit. That is the size of the second unit, just to give you guys somewhat of a perspective on how big it is. I think we're gonna get at least 150 bucks at each one of those receivers, roughly. Let's say 100 bucks. Either way, there's about 1,000 bucks just in receivers right there. Now, one of the most important pieces is actually these kind of tables right here. I had these things built. My stepdad actually built these tables. They're really good. They hold a lot of weight and they have wheels, so you can stack a bunch of stuff on there and then roll it over to the area we're going to be doing a little bit of the processing. Now, getting a good system is also like extremely important. We're going to try something different today. We're going to have whatnot items, which are just going to go in bins because it doesn't really matter if they get a number. Facebook items, which are normally going to be your bigger ones, like the stuff you're not really going to want to ship, or maybe even some of those receivers will go quick. And then you have eBay items. eBay items and those website items, they're going to take a little bit longer. This is actually the stuff for my house. This wasn't supposed to be anything that's going to be sold, but I was going to move all these rods. I think I'm going to send these up on a dollar auction or throw them up on whatnot whenever we run it. I don't even know how many thousands of dollars of rods that are right here. We're going to sell a bunch of Dobbins, some favorites, some Guggen, just a mixture of rods I'm going to dump off on whatnot, starting at $1. Also, this is probably a pretty good eBay item since I just bought a new one. So I'm just going to grab. So I'm gonna put a Bible bin. I already told you I don't throw them away. So just get a Bible bin, and I will take them to local bookstore whenever it's time. My Bible bin, it's gonna go right here. I'm gonna say real quick, a lot of all these purses are either gonna be, purses are gonna go more than likely to eBay or the website. So these are definitely gonna have to go up. Yeah, same with these little shoes. Yeah, decanters for sure, eBay. Yeah, those are crystal decanters. I wanted to actually see if they're a Waterford, but I don't know. No, I'll throw these up on the site and eBay first. These crystal decanters will be fun. Little pistol's not worth much. If we can get this iPhone to turn on, maybe. It's an iPhone S. That's definitely gonna be eBay. All this jewelry, same deal. I actually might do a whatnot auction with all this jewelry and just do it in one big lot, or do it in a lot actually. So this is actually from the mediocre unit. What we're looking at right here, we're kind of figuring out how we want to do this. So like that crescent wrench you just put in there, that's from, it says the original 1907. It's the 12-inch original one. Then there's some Snap-on stuff. So Snap-on actually sells for pretty good. And then Pittsburgh. Some of these bigger Pittsburghs like this, slotted together, they sell for like 40 or 50 bucks. So we're just gonna set them up in their lots. Like this is a fuller, I wouldn't do anything. I'd probably set this with a Craftsman or something. So what I'm gonna do is actually go through it real quick, kind of lot them. And tools are really, really easy to sell. Every guy, every girl in this world, we all lose our tools. So big loose socket sets like this, could probably get a whole set already put together.
Right now, it's like almost a year. So it's like between 80 and 90 right now.
It's 100 something here, so.
White poly bags. And right on the outside, I'll show you in a second. I know exactly where they need to go in.
I'm trying to keep this kind of like to a minimum so it's the least maintenance.
Yeah, no, I like the least maintenance idea.
Yeah, and so like I may just put some little dwarf ones just spread out, you know.
Okay. I love it. I like the way it goes. It's just looking right here. How tall will these get right here?
These get as tall as you let them.
Okay. So yeah, that was my idea. I was hoping that they would get tall enough to where it kind of blocks this out a little bit.
Yeah.
Do we have another one for right here or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to consider maybe extending the brick border this way. I think it would go good.
Do you think it should?
I think it would look great, man, and stop it at this column here. But
yeah, I think you're right. I kind of like that because that'll make it a lot easier to mow and everything else. Okay, good. I like that. Yeah, do it. I think I like that idea. It won't cost very much more and it's well worth it.
Like I said, they're low maintenance shrubs. All these yopons, these little puff balls are all low maintenance. Those are about as big as they're gonna get. I got the magnolias.
This looks really good. You did a really good job.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's good. Well, I don't want it tapering off because it makes a pain in the dick to mow. It really is, because I don't like that. Because you end up getting grass up in there. Just make it sharp. I don't know, maybe that hard metal, or, you know what I'm talking about?
Edge.
Yeah, metal edge, yeah.
Black one.
If you don't mind. Oh, I see the black now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once.
Oh, yeah, I see. There's, you can really.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the limestone, but I was looking at it in person and it was too pointy for this, because I know you guys are gonna be walking barefoot and
That's
stuff.
great. That's smart. I could have sworn I had seen some poly bags. Yeah, look, here's some poly bags right here. There's some poly bags. This will work for right now, and this is actually a really good way. I might do this in the future with tools. All together. Boom. Doink, doink, doink. I think this is a vintage Snap-on, if I'm not mistaken, just by the lettering right here, but I could be mistaken. But Snap-on, I'll put them together, and then all these will go together. So these actually should do pretty well. I think there's easily probably, I don't know, $200 to $250 in tools right here. We could probably get back pretty easily. Mainly that Pittsburgh stuff and the Snap-on and some of these deep sockets.
Like this.
This is Snap-on, so I don't know, it's a piece of a tool, but it's Snap-on, so the only thing that probably isn't whatnot might be these G.I. Joe parts, because they're probably worth a little bit of money. Those whatnot, this is all whatnot. We'll sell all this as whatnot, so let's throw this on that table. I will sell all these sports figures as well on whatnot. I actually found this in a storage unit. This is pretty good. I found it, my wife wanted it, and then she forgot about it. These are going to go to a pawn shop. Yeah, I'm going to. I mean, I can't sell a pistol myself, so I'll take it to a pawn shop. It'll be fine. Yeah, see, I told you this gas can was good. Yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna sell. Last one just sold. This 5-gallon one sold for 55 bucks. That's your website one. I'll throw it up there for 45 bucks or so, 50 bucks. That should sell pretty good. That's gonna be really cool in somebody's man cave. Thing's big. I already know what's in this. This thing's actually gonna go up on the site and then to eBay. This is those 3 luggage, like the whole set. It's actually really, really nice looking. If I'm not mistaken, I think this sold for $155 or $255, and then this was like 75 or 80 bucks. I'm gonna put those. Those are very, very, very pretty. I think they're from like the 70s, if I'm not mistaken, when I saw it. I could be though.
Carlos wore the wrong clothes to help.
Yeah, you're not wearing the right clothes to help. What are you doing? Can't be showing up looking like that. Oh yeah, I needed this. This is the pictures thing. Oh geez, that thing's heavy, huh?
I got you one of the small and one of the big bubble wrap.
Okay, thank
But
you.
each bag has 4.
1, 2, 3, go. All right. For what? This? No, I found them. Oh shoot.
Sounds like your all's house is gonna be burned down before y'all get back.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Can I? Yeah, I can reach this. This is perfect height. Doink. Yeah, that's great. Okay, good. It's now 8:15. I'm getting a little bit of like a, feels to be like a ulcer or something back in the back of my mouth from these dang braces. I get to go see my daughter tonight. Avery's gonna be coming in, so that's good. I would be staying up for the next couple hours. You know, you don't want your wife, you don't want to get a little bit overwhelmed with having a couple kids, so I'm gonna head back home here in a minute, but I wanted to come up here and take a look at this now that it's not like 100 million degrees out, and I can kind of like just enjoy looking at these plants. Yeah, this is starting to look really good. So there's 2 brick on this side, and then he actually had to like basically make a half a brick and then a full one on top. I guess you call it a brick, yeah, a piece of stone, but all the way through here, then we're gonna put black mulch. And so these bushes right here will end up kind of all bleeding together and hopefully make a big rectangle. And same deal here. And then these are just pointy trees. These will all be pointy. This looks really good. And then he hasn't done it on this side either. Then my new neighbor's outside throwing up an American flag and probably sees me over here talking to myself, thinking, what in the world is that idiot doing? Yeah, but it feels like all we've been doing is unpacking stuff here. And I'm sorry if it seems that way, but we're trying to get this business set up so I can get this thing rolling. I think by the time my video goes live on Monday, and if you guys are new here, yes, I'm uploading every single day. I'm hoping by the time that video goes live Monday, all those things will actually be up on my website for you guys to purchase, like those Xboxes and the PS1 and the PS2 and stuff like that, the Segas and all that. Do you guys find anything good or what? I haven't looked through any of those records. That's pretty cool. That's Tom Cruise. That's pretty cool. Laserdisc. Heaven and Earth. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm like Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, Tommy Lee
Wow.
Jones.
Okay, so there's some different stuff coming out of there. Do you smell that? Yeah, I love that smell. I love that smell. It reminds me of when I was a kid, like of older stuff like my grandma and grandpa's house on the lake.
That's crazy.
Surfer Girl. This is from 1981. That's like my favorite part about going through units is you have no idea what you're gonna pull out of there. I mean, there's probably some half decent records that are in there that we have not gone through, but I would assume, like I said, come Monday, a lot of this stuff is already gonna be up. I don't know about the records, because I don't know much about records. I gotta do a lot of research on those.
Let me see.
No, baby, you don't see nothing.
No.
Let me see. Oh my gosh.
Baby, a kiss, a kiss.
I feel good about
How
it.
do you feel?
Oh my gosh,
What do
baby.
you think, Amy?
Wow. Does it hurt?
You wanna feel it?
Y nos quedó altísimo.
Has it been like, oh my gosh, yeah, you got the whole thing.
All the way to the back.
Oh yeah.